Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call to order the Blair County Commissioners meeting for Thursday, July 3rd, 2025, it being 10 a.m. I would ask that you please join me in a moment of silent prayer. If you please join me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Executive session announcements?
There are none.
There are none. That's a good thing. Public comment on commissioner meeting? Hearing none. Commissioners' comments?
I'm happy to be back. That's all I'll say.
Hi, everybody. Tomorrow is July the 4th. You all know that means it's Independence Day, and we have a Fort Roberdeau down in the valley. We've got lots of fun things planned, activities for tomorrow. You can come and be bored by listening to us read the Declaration of Independence along with AC. But there are lots of good things to do. It's a fun day, and I encourage you to come, and if you can't, encourage others anyway.
Okay, thank you. Can you run us through the consent agenda, please?
Today we have consent, on the consent agenda, we have resolution number 320, 2025. Item A, ratification of the 10 warrant listed. Item B, ratification of the total payroll for the paycheck dated 6/27/2025 and the total amount of $928,178 of budget transfers. And item C and D, employment and ratification and resignations, and item E and F.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. May I have a second?
I have a second, but I have a question. You ready for my question?
Yeah, ready.
I'm just curious here. I should have asked earlier and I forgot to. I got off track. It says that we have to pay a late fee. Can anybody give me some guidance on what that's for? Is anybody? Wait, I see you guys. You're here. The reason I ask, we had this issue come up last year with a different vendor, and I remember I was really upset about it. We contacted the vendor, and they said, okay, we won't do that. Because it's like, well, you're dealing with a government agency. We have to go through all these different procedures, and yes, sometimes it's going to be a little late. So I'm wondering if it's okay with you guys, if we could pull it off the table, contact them, and see if we can eliminate late fees now and forever. Do we do business with them regularly?
So that would be with Ameriflex, so I have to contact Brian and find out. It's possible it's due to the fact that he was out on leave. Perhaps a bill languished. And so I can look into that for you.
Okay. Hey, it's worth asking.
It's sensitive when he was on leave and didn't get to us through an email.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay. Well, it's certainly worth a try.
Yeah.
If they say no, they say no. But I'm always looking at little stuff like that.
Understood.
Thank you very much.
Didn't we just go with them?
I'm sorry.
Didn't we just start with this company?
We've had
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're thinking of, I forget the name of it, but the background check.
Background checks.
Yeah, that's different.
That's one.
That's
That's
Similar
exactly
name,
what
I
was
think,
That's
thinking.
what the last one was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ameriflex is the Flex Buddy account.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then can we change the motion? Can we amend the motion to approve everything except for that particular fee so that we can investigate it?
Are you making that as a motion?
I am.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
I'm an I with an extension of the payment to Blair Senior Services.
Okay. Extension of Blair Senior Services. Staff special reports and business, children and youth. Mindy.
Morning.
Good morning.
We're requesting approval of the payment of the invoice made outside the county purchasing policy received from SurveyMonkey for survey software for the period of June 1st, 25 through May 31st, 2026 in the amount of $496.08.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchasing of SurveyMonkey for survey software for the period of June 1st, 2025 through and including May 31st, 2026 in the amount listed. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I think that Lindsay reached out to you with a couple alternatives to look at.
Yeah, we canceled SurveyMonkey, so we won't
okay.
have this
Last time.
fee.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kyle, the long-awaited, you're going to make a lot of people happy today.
Fingers crossed. Here to request the approval of a tentative agreement letter between County of Blair and the bargaining units of UMWA Court and Residual, authorizing the execution of payroll and benefit-related changes as outlined within, retroactive to January 4th of 25.
I'll make a motion to approve the tentative agreement letter executing the payroll and benefits for the UMWA Courts and Residual retroactively effective January 4th, 2025. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Joe.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
We're requesting the approval of the Student Assistance Program and Juvenile Probation Office Agreement between the County of Blair on behalf of Blair County Juvenile Probation Office and the Hollidaysburg Area School District for the period of August 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the Student Assistance Program and Juvenile Probation Office and agreement between the County of Blair on behalf of Juvenile Probation Office and the Hollidaysburg Area School District for the period of August 1st, 2025 through and including June 30th, 2026. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of the Employee Wellness Committee, we're requesting approval to accept the 25 PCOMP Wellness Improvement Grant in the amount of $5,000.
I'll make a motion to approve to accept the 2025 PCOMP Wellness Improvement Grant in the amount listed. May I have a second?
Second.
Comments or questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Thank you very much. The Honorable Judge Capriva. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You guys are fast and efficient.
Should have been here last week.
Well, I'm very fortunate then.
Yes, you
I almost had to bring my grandchildren. I was babysitting this morning, but that worked out, so yeah. So on behalf of the courts and the Preservation Committee and the citizens of Blair County, we are requesting approval of the agreement between the County of Blair and the company known as Preservation and Decorative Arts, PDA, for the restoration of 6 judicial portraits that are remaining in the sum of $40,000. We are happy to tell you that this is fully funded by both the Blair County Bar Association in a joint effort with 2 donors who are related to the judges who are in the judicial portraits, and that would be Michael McClanahan and his wife Estrida. And between those 2 agencies, all of that money will be funded. And we need your signature on the contract to make that happen. So I would note that the company is actually a woman by the name of Jacinta Crook, who was here years ago when we did the renovations of courtroom 1 now 1, and the lobby and other areas. She did the stenciling on the wall of courtroom 1. She also restored the mural in courtroom 2. So we know her work and are very confident that it will be a positive outcome for the portraits also. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between the Blair County and the Preservation and Decorative Arts, PDA, for restoration of 6 judicial portraits in the amount listed. This will be fully funded by the Blair County Bar Association and Mike and Estrida McClanahan. May I have a second?
I have a second.
Any comments or questions?
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
I know that we have several paintings, portraits upstairs throughout the courthouse building and different rooms. And my concerns have to do with, why is the county, why are the commissioners involved in this contract? Because, we're all attorneys, you are, I am, or is, so I'm thinking of different legal issues. I don't know that the county actually is the owner of these. Is the county or is the Bar Association? I always was under the impression the Bar Association owned them, or that the families of the deceased judges had paid for them and had them. I don't know if they donated them, if we accepted ownership, if that's never happened. I just have concerns. If they're not ours, we really shouldn't be involved in the contract. If they are ours, then I'm concerned that what if there's damage to the portraits when this work is being done, or what if there's a breach by, let's say, the Bar Association decides, well, we're not going to pay the whole amount that we said because we don't have a contract with them. We're going to only pay part of it. Then we're left holding the bag. Can you give us some answers to those questions?
Sure. To your first question in regards to who owns the portraits, it is very settled that the County of Blair owns the portraits. They are part of the courthouse. And I know that historically that has always been the case. And I know from my own personal experience, I paid personally for my own portrait, but I donated that to the county.
Okay.
So that is a part of the historic structure, which is why it feels important to have these portraits completed and to take care of them. The same as you took care of the roof, the same as you have taken care of everything else, the bridges, anything that the county owns. It's good stewardship. And so those portraits originally, before that courtroom was restored, were actually nailed to the wall with roofing nails. And they were removed carefully, and now they need attention. They have also been prepped that the one that has been hung, rehung, is actually not nailed to the wall. It's on a platform that will prevent it from having any other damage from the wall or moisture or anything like that. So you've done some very, very good things, and this is just going to be another one of those good things, taking care of the history that we have here in Blair County, which is so important. Those judges represent individuals, but they also represent the history of what happened here in this county. We all own that. We all own the history. In terms of the question, what will happen if the Bar Association reneges? Well, we have in writing that they are willing to participate, and Mike and Estrida have sent me 2 emails and agreeing that they will. So I think there's a level of trust that these are individuals who can be counted on. The Bar Association, as you know, as probably a member of the bar, has the funds to do this, so it's not a question of whether they have the money or not. And so we are comfortable with those situations. I hope you're comfortable too.
Well, I was concerned because I didn't know if we owned those or not.
And
I
you
knew
do.
that the judges or the judge's family, if the judge was already deceased, is who had paid for them.
Mhm.
So that's, where I was worried
Sure.
that I
Sure.
I didn't want to put the county and our taxpayers in a position where they might
Sure.
become responsible
It's a
for
fair
something that
question.
they shouldn't.
Fair
Yeah.
question.
Which is often a question of mine.
Yeah, and now we have it in the minutes that, it's there. It's understood. Yeah.
Right.
I would
And-
note that most of the ones that are being restored, the remaining 6, were done by Samuel Calvin, who was the individual who owned the farm that we know as the Calvin catering business, but that's who did all of those. So it's a history for him too.
Well, thank you, and we all appreciate the McClanahan's willingness to to participate and to pay for these. They're always good stewards in our
They are.
community, as well as the bar associations, Willie.
They are. And I think Michael told me 5 or 6 years ago, he also paid for the frames that were destroyed. And he paid $17,000 for those. And that was a gift to the county as well. It's his firm belief that this is an important thing. So any other questions?
I just have a comment. I think, you know, the large renovation that was done, I guess 2018, 2019 was obviously done before this board and before I came into office. But there were aspects of it that don't feel complete. So it's nice to have this in place to maybe finally complete courtroom 1 at least. We still have some work to do on courtroom 2, so.
We do, and we're working on that. We're working to help you on that, yes.
We appreciate your efforts in getting this through to the finish.
My pleasure.
Yes, and I would just like to say, and I'd like to echo what's been said. Judge Capriva, we're honored to have you here. Even though you've left the bench, you still stay on as a senior judge, and you're still extremely active in this community and the history of this community. So as a community, we're blessed to have you and to have you as involved as you are when you don't have to be, but you also believe it's very important to preserve these things. So we want to thank you for that. I'd also like to, echo the thanks for Mike and the street of McClanahan. I don't know of any other individuals in this community that are so generous. They're in every aspect of Blair County, I find out. Every time I turn around, they've been involved. Their family's been involved with Blair County for years and years and years. But we certainly appreciate their generosity in being able to preserve the history of Blair County and moving forward. So I will miss the little 8x10 sheets, but I'll get over that. But,
very good, very good.
So, all those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? So passed.
Thank you so much, and I'd like to thank the commissioners. I don't get to see you as a group, and we appreciate your support, your cooperation. As you said, it is important to me, but we're very grateful that it's important to you as well. And we appreciate your cooperation and collaboration. You made it happen, so thank you so much.
Thank you. There is no old business, so I will make a motion to adjourn. May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held Thursday, July 10th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Thank you, and everyone have a happy 4th of July.